General, a few other points I wanted to bring up to you, and then any other points you'd like to make, and we'll let you go. We're very thankful for your time today and your courage to come on this broadcast. But specifically, Benazir Bhutto, dealing with another lie. Our media said that she fell and hit her head on the side of a car, even though all over European and Central Asian news, it showed her being machine gunned in the chest by Western contractors as the intel. And then when it came out that she had been murdered and that our media had lied, they tried to claim that forces associated with the Taliban, which is any tribal group that resists occupation, had done it. What is the truth from your research about the assassination of Bhutto? I've been saying that all along. She has been killed by the Americans. She's been killed by dick-cheyne's people. They are the ones who are operating a dick-cheyne's order, because Dick Cheney has drawn up a plan of governance for Pakistan, and Benazir has become rebellious. She refused to meet Negroponte because Negroponte had told her not to go in Pakistan until after the election. But she dared them, and she came and she said, "I'll want independent judiciary." She sent me a message through an emissary, a good friend of hers and me, and he came and said that she says, "General, I am now agreeing with you. I tend to agree with you that the Americans have evil designs on Pakistan." And therefore I know that it is she had become very dangerous for them. For Dick Cheney and company, who wanted things to happen in a certain way in Pakistan. Unfortunately, those things are happening in that fashion, and I think Pakistan is in tatters today. Pakistan has to be redeemed, and I think the young generation of Pakistan is very angry, very unhappy with America. So America must not think of ruling Pakistan by proxies. This is wrong, and I think they should quit this idea as soon as possible. Well, General Gul, here is my message to the Pakistani people. I know you're hardworking, intelligent, good people who have always been friends with the United States. And I have the globalist-owned PNAC plans to go in and destabilize you and overthrow your country and then put extremists in power so that you won't have a highly developed civilization. And they're threatened by that. And they also want to use up America's treasure and our good name and destroy us in the international community via your destruction, so that this new global corporate state known as the New World Order can rise. And they now admit they're forming a world government run by private banks. They have a global carbon tax that's meant to strangle development. This is eugenics. And from my research, I've never read your writings on this subject, but I'm curious your view on the aim of this global corporate Anglo-American New World Order system. And are you aware that they've been caught giving children in Central Asia, this is CBS News, real polio in the shots to kill them? They've been caught adding sterilants to the tetanus shots to sterilize women. And that from my research, Latin America, Africa, Central Asia, Pakistan, particularly, is targeted by a covert population reduction program. Are you aware of that, sir? Yes, I've heard of it, and I think it's very obnoxious, to say the least. But America appears to be becoming heartless, and I think the American people have got to win back their heart, and they have to come up with an opinion which is stronger than their dark policies. I think that opinion, America can be stopped in the track only by the American people. There's nobody else who can do that for them until the whole disaster takes place. But we want to avert disaster, as you very rightly said. I think that's your mission, and good luck to you for that mission. I think it's a noble mission, and you must continue pressing this hard as much as you can. General Hamid Gul, thank you so much for joining us today. I look forward to speaking to you again in the future, and I hope that our two countries can be friends, and I hope that we can get our nation back from the globalists. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, Alex, and goodbye. Goodbye, General Gul. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen, an hour and 15-minute live, uncensored interview with three-star General Hamid Gul, former head of Pakistani intelligence. And I will post this video and audio at prisonplanet.tv. If you missed any of it in the live show today, it'll be up just minutes after the live broadcast ends, after Max Kaiser is with us on the economy and other news. But What you just heard is the truth from all of my research. Separately, with doing my own research, I can find nothing that Hamid Gul said here that isn't veritas, that isn't the truth. And this guy was a hero in our media in the 80s, leading the attacks against the Soviets. And now, you know, it's the Russians saying we better be careful in Afghanistan and Pakistan. And it's our own government run by a bunch of crooks that is trying to expand all of this. So very informative interview with Lieutenant General Hamid Gul. And obviously, in the days to come, you'll probably see a lot of news articles written about all of this. But what was the one line, Jaron, that he said that you thought would be a good idea to name the video of this when we posted at prisonplanet.tv? God help America. Hamid Gul, God help America. This is a guy actually trained over here. And our media is using fake battlefield reports, even the Washington Post said are very questionable, to claim that this 74-year-old gentleman, did he say 74 or 76? To claim that he is running all these attacks, when it's all these different tribes, all these different groups, who many times are even fighting with each other. I mean, nobody's running this. Nobody's controlling this. That's the globalist mindset, is they create crises so big and so out of control that the problems just get bigger, and then they can spend more money and more troops and project more power in the name of cleaning it up, but the plan is only to make it worse and commit us to an endless war. And that's why, as a patriotic American who defends the entire Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence, and Constitution, I agree with George Washington. And we know FEMA demonizes George Washington. I have video training films where they teach police and firefighters and sheriff's deputies that George Washington, Thomas Jefferson were terrorists and were bad. It's in my film, Road to Tyranny. And it's just so disgusting to see this. But George Washington, now Al-Qaeda, according to our government, I mean, it sounds ridiculous, but it's true. He said, no foreign entanglements. We're not an empire. We're going to trade with people, like Ron Paul says. We're going to have business with people. Now, I got a bunch of other news coming up on the economy I want to hit on. Ahead of Max Kaiser joining us, some other military news when we go to break here in a moment.